Hello people, Jeff the King here, and I am just playing the Battle for Wesnoth, or something along those lines. And this is just a free game that I found on the internet, which, as I say, can download for nothing, and the amount of detail that has actually gone into this game is staggering to me, so I thought I would have to share it with people, so this is what I'm doing. Now, the footage in the background, as you will be able to clearly tell, is sped up. It is like double the amount of speed of what I was playing it at, but this is the first level of the first campaign because there are about 10 to 12 different campaigns of varying difficulties that you can play, and each one has a different amount of levels as well and a different varying of difficulty. So I am just playing on the first level, the first campaign, which is the easiest, and normally you would have to fight your way through things and beat the enemy commander, but on this level you have to run for your life. So there wasn't much chance for me to show you the battling system, but you will see it in a bit later on in the footage because I have made it so that I attack someone even though I didn't really need to, didn't have to, just so I could have a quick glimpse of the battling screen, because when you fight someone you have a varying different amount of attacks depending on what character is fighting, and each attack does a different amount of damage and a different amount of attacks, but each attack has a probability of hitting, and the probability varies depending on what area the characters are stood on, where they're stood, what they're doing. So if you're an elf, for instance, and you're in the forest, you are harder to hit and hit easier. If you are a horseman and you're on plains, then it's better for you to be there. So that's how things work. So even if your character is stronger than your opponent's, or your opponent's is stronger than yours, even if you're surrounded by opponents, if you get lucky, you can not get hit once. It happens sometimes in this video where two characters exchange fights and neither of them lands a single hit just because of the probabilities. And when you go to attack an enemy, you see these probabilities. It comes up as a little probability screen and shows you the percentage of what remaining HP your opponent will be on. Or when you see the screen that I have, if you have an attack that your opponent doesn't, say you have a bow and they don't have any ranged attack, your remaining HP for the end of the bout will obviously be 100%. So there is no probability on that. They can't attack you if they don't have that certain attack. So using different troops is advised, and surrounding your opponent is definitely advised. For when I was in the tutorial, I did get surrounded by quite a few guys, and it kind of screwed me over because I got very unlucky with the amount of attacks that I was getting out and ended up not being able to finish the match. Even that was on the tutorial level, which just stresses how sometimes this can go differently from luck. And I play Warhammer, the tabletop game, and things are like that. Everything's about luck and dice roll, so this is why I'm enjoying this game so much. And as I said, I can't stress anymore that the game itself is free, so you can't really argue with a free game. So on this first match, the target is for my character to run to the top left of the screen and get there without him or his master dying. So I have two AI helpers that are helping me out, stopping the enemy troops getting to me, because my two main guys are real damn slow, so I'm having to take things slowly and not move my guys too far ahead. And as you can see, I am just moving up, and that's all that I am doing on this, because this is the main achievement for the thing. When you're started in your home base, your real little keep, you can recruit guys, and each one costs gold, and more guys you have, more gold it costs you each turn. And to stop them costing more gold than what you have, you take over the villagers, and the villagers, all you have to do is put your character on them and their flag turns to your colour, and that gives you extra gold each turn. And if I'm erring a lot, I'm sorry about this, guys. If your guy is stood on the village when he's damaged, at the end of the turn he will heal 8 points. So the villagers are very, very important. They are the vast majority of the time your goal. They are what you go for before you go to kill the enemy commander. But on this, I take over a few villagers on my way up just because I feel like I might as well, so my opponent can't have them, and recruit even more guys. But the gold doesn't really matter because I leave my keep right at the beginning and don't go back, and you can only recruit when you're stood at the keep. You can also at the keep on levels after the first level, you can recall guys, because if you destroy enemies... Oh, 1 second actually. This right now is the description screen that you can see all the different things that are on it, and each character has their own in-depth description and different attacks and what they can do and what they can't do. So it's really in-depth for a game that is free to download, which it staggers me how amazingly thought out this game is. So anyway, back to what I was saying, and I've lost track of what I was saying now. The villagers didn't matter because I can't... Oh, no, that's what it was, recall. You can recall guys from the previous thing, because as they attack and kill guys, they level up, and as they level up, they obviously become stronger, and you want your stronger guys. So you can recall guys from the previous rounds into the new one, and they still have the experience that they gained from the previous match. So the whole point of strategically allowing people to die is quite difficult to do on this game, because you have to make sure the guys that you are allowing to die are the guys that are just freshly from this match. You don't want them to be the ones that you've brought back from the other match, because if they are, you're losing valuable experience and better, more powerful allies, which puts a whole new spin on the fact that normally on a turn-based strategy game like this, I would just put some guys in to sacrifice them so that they can get my main guys to do their goal and get things rolling. But obviously you have to be really careful of which guys you send in and which guys you don't. So there is a lot of things that this game offers, and I really just had to share it with you guys. So I don't know if I'm going to carry on through the entire thing, because I don't know much else I can talk about. There's a lot of different races. You got elves, you got humans, you got the orcs, you got trolls. The orcs are what I'm fighting in this match, and my main guy is a human, but he is working with a bunch of elves, and his friend is a mage. So there's definitely different... can't think of the word to say, guys. Different types of characters. I guess that'll do. That's not the word I was looking for, but that'll do. Oh, and as you will have seen now, that the game has turned to nighttime, and each different character has a different alignment. My main guy, the human character, is a lawful character, which means in daytime he is 25% more powerful, and in the nighttime he's 25% more weak. The orcs are the opposite. They're chaotic alignment, which means at nighttime they're 25% more powerful, and at daytime they're 25% weaker. The elves, on the other hand, are neutral, which means either way it doesn't make a difference. And I am just going to be carrying on going up here through this forest, because I stick to the forest as much as I can in this, because that's where the elves are best. And things do go slowly because the AI takes so long to do their turns, which is the only downside. But you can skip AI turns and just have it go forward, but I like to see how things are progressing and what's actually happening, as to see, just skip it and see half your guys die for no reason. You'll be bit concerned about what's happened there. And as you can see, the green guy there, you probably saw earlier, he got poisoned, and that means you take 8 damage a turn, which is a very harsh ability. There are many different abilities as well, actually. Like on the second level, you get guys on horseback which can charge into a battle, and they charge in, they move a bit extra, and they have no range attack. They charge in going in for the melee attack, and as they do that they do double damage, but at the same time they take double damage, so it's a risky thing to do, but it can give you many quick victories and get rid of big guys fastly. Big guys fast if you need to. There are obviously other abilities that are on here. There's abilities that make your guys move more. There's abilities that make your guys hit harder. There's guys that make your people harder to hit. The abilities vary, but on this first level I don't really have any of the abilities. This is the probability screen that you can see now, and you can see the different chances of how much health your opponent will have left over, and on the left is how much chance I'll be on 100 because I'm using a bow and they don't have a ranged attack like I said earlier. So that's just me attacking an enemy right there, even though I didn't have to, just to show you guys what it's like. So the game is amazing. I strongly recommend searching it up. I will actually put a link in the description of the website so you guys can just go straight there and download it. So if anyone actually likes the game, just look in the description and it will be there, because I like to give credit to certain guys. And I also have to say apologies if the quality of this video is a bit poorer than my other ones, but for some reason that I do not know, Fraps would not recognise this game, so I've had to record it with Hypercam 2, which is free software again, but not as good as Fraps, nowhere near as good. But for the sake of recording this, I thought, well, the graphics aren't exactly top notch, so Hypercam 2 would get the job done, which it has done, so I'm happy about that. But obviously the quality, I can tell the quality is worse, but if you guys can or can't, I don't know. You have income and how much money you're taking, and there is a turn count. The victory conditions for this was to make sure that the turn count didn't drop down, my main guy didn't die, and his master mage guy didn't die. And the tutorial had a turn count as well, and I failed the tutorial level because I got pinned down by so many guys, and I managed to fight my way through, but the time ran out and I failed the match, so I will have to go back to the tutorial and just beat that, just in case you actually get anything special for doing that, because I always complete tutorial matches on games. So I don't think there's really anything else for me to say about this without me going on too long, so I will just say goodbye, and the footage will have to stop here. There's another like 4 minutes of footage, but that is just me carrying on going up the map. I do make it to the sign. You'll have to just trust me on that. I do actually make it there, but I don't want this to drone on any more than it already has done, so I will see you guys next time. If you like this video, please comment, rate, subscribe, download the game. I'm very gonna stress that you should get this game. It's amazing and it's free, so goodbye guys.